Hi everyone, I'm here with a quick unexpected video because I went to the post office and then my plan was to go to the grocery store, but it was still closed, and I had planned to do a spiritual business video for quite a while now, to just give you my advice and experience on what worked for me. And yeah, not that I'm that knowledgeable about it. All I can do is share my advice with you guys. And I'm living in Spain, and I just got to the post office and dropped off a few portraits, and it is 9 o'clock in the morning, and now I get to record this video for you guys. And after that I get to go home and arrange the rest of my schedule as I please. I'll probably be doing a reading, I'll be working on a portrait, and I'll be working a little bit on our magazine, and that's going to be my day. How did I get here? I'm not going to say that it's all just manifestation and wishful thinking. It is also perseverance. It is also just pushing through, and really this has to be your mission. If you're going to be successful at this has to be your passion, and that is one thing. If you don't have your whole heart and soul in this work, in having a spiritual business, then yeah, you can't do it as a hobby. This has to be your passion. I have no idea where I'm walking. I just have to remember to get to the grocery store, but I'm just walking right now. Because that's the thing, we haven't lived here for that long in this town, and I always just take the same road everywhere. I'm just gonna turn around because I have no idea. Anyway, I have a little list here because I had to wait, so I decided to quickly write some stuff down to tell you guys what worked for me. I hope you can hear me with all this noise. The first thing that worked for me is realizing that traditional business techniques are not all gonna work for your spiritual business or intuitive, holistic business. But I'm also not saying that none of them will work, because that is one thing where I see a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, that they will neglect entirely business strategies, marketing techniques. But it's all about finding a balance between bringing something from your heart and not just bringing something because you want to make money. That's the difference. This is just going to be a quick video where I go over these things, but maybe my plan is to maybe do a Zoom meeting where I go deeper into these different things. So if this would be of interest to you, look at these, all these poppies. Can you see them? So I will, it's a dog, get into it more in a Zoom session, a group session maybe. So the second, don't compare yourself. I'm just gonna stand still for a while. Don't compare yourself to other people, because everybody is different. You're not some big company. You're not a clothing store that has to deal with competition. What you do is unique. You are here with a soul gift, and you are here expressing your soul gifts. And you have soul contracts with specific soul clients that need a specific frequency. And if you are a match to that exact frequency, then those are going to be your clients. And if you're not a match to their frequency, then those were never your clients to begin with. So beware of the competition trap is what I would say. And this is all reprogramming of our mind, because we have always been taught to be competitive and to be the best at everything. I'm gonna sit here. The view isn't too great. That's the grocery store, and this is, I don't know what the hell this is, but there's a bench, so I'm gonna sit. And so yeah, don't compare yourself, because that's just not a good idea. And it is very tempting to do that, and especially when you see or you think somebody else's feed looks nicer, their feed looks more polished or attractive, but that does not mean that their service is going to be what you need, or that your service is not good enough because your Instagram feed doesn't look nice or whatever. So never compare yourself. If anything, only compare yourself to the you that you were yesterday, last week, last month, last year, and see the growth that you have had in the meantime. Now, another traditional business technique is that a lot of people will shape their product towards what they think the market wants. But then you are not offering your frequency, your exact medicine. So I know that sometimes we do have to see what do the people want, but it's not all about shaping your offerings to what you think people want. That's not what this is about. You have to see where your medicine lies, your soul medicine, and how you can offer this to people in a way that they are going to respond. So that is something completely different. And the thing is also, if you have an urge, a passion to create certain things, then that is because there is a response in the field to this passion. There are soul contracts with people that you have, and that is why you're feeling this call to create something, a service, or offer something specific, or do readings, or do healings, or whatever. So that is why. Okay, this is getting loud. I'm gonna walk again. So yeah, let me just wait. So that's what you should do. And also collaboration. This was not on my list, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Collaboration, co-creation with other spiritual entrepreneurs, because when you are in alignment, you're gonna realize this guy is just going in circles. I don't know what he's doing. Are you going? Oh my god. Yeah, whatever. Now he's going in here. So yeah, because companies often will view each other as competition. By definition, they will keep an eye on each other because they feel that they have to compete when they are offering, I'm gonna go in here, the same services, or kind of the same services. Now, what we are doing, for instance, with our Activate Your Telephone Line to Source magazine, is that we are actually reaching out to all these people that are doing similar things to us, because we all have, like I said, different soul medicine, different, you still do things your specific way. Like, some of my best friends are also channelers, are also Akashic Records readers, are also intuitive artists. But if I know that there is a client or there is somebody looking for a service, and I feel that I may not be 100% the person for them, then I have a bunch of recommendations for them, because we have to work together. This is not a traditional business. So don't be afraid to collaborate with other people in your field, because this is actually not going to be competition. This is going to build you up, and it's going to build up the other spiritual entrepreneur. Why are you doing this? Every day, ask yourself, that's on my list here, why are you offering this? What is your real motivation? Why are you actually doing this? And is it from a place of ego, or is it really because you want to help? And you will say, well, if you're doing spiritual work, isn't it always because you want to help? No, because I see that a lot of people in the spiritual service field have fallen victim to this spiritual ego of, oh, I have 10,000 followers, so I like. Also, if you are looking for spiritual mentors, readers, 10,000 followers or more does not necessarily mean quality service. I know people that have 500 followers, 700 followers, 1,000 followers that are 10,000 times better, have more integrity, are more hard-based than some people that have a very high number of followers. So that does not mean anything. And in traditional business, that is not the same way. If a company has a lot of reviews, has a high number of followers, there is a higher chance that their service that they are offering represents that as well. So, also, my last one, no, not at all, I still have more. Your spirit entourage. Traditional business is all about rational thinking, strategizing, whereas spiritual business is very much a team effort. You have a whole spirit entourage. God is your employer, and you work for God Inc. You can strategize, but only when it is in alignment with your energy for the day. So what does not work for me, for instance, is a day schedule. I need, unless I have planned coaching sessions or hypnosis sessions, that's different. And of course I have to show up for those calls at certain times and dates. But other than that, I have a week schedule. And like now with this eclipse that we just had, yesterday I felt that I just needed to write, which is what I did, and I did not do any other work, which really benefited me today because now I'm full of energy to get started on a new portrait and to do an Akashic Records reading later this afternoon. And yeah, I don't know if you can see these poppies in the field. Not really. Oh yeah, you can. So yeah, so try to have a schedule for the whole week rather than a day-by-day schedule, because you will then, like if you didn't get to the end of your schedule by the end of the day, then you're going to think that you didn't do a good enough job, which is what I used to do a lot. But maybe the next day you're going to do double the amount when you are feeling better, or when you have shifted through some energies that you needed to be still with, that you needed to slow down with. Boundaries as well, because a lot of the times, and this is something that I'm noticing now that I've reached almost 4,000 followers, more and more people will start to reach out through direct messages, which is something that I don't encourage, but that I'm starting to notice that it's just getting very difficult to get back to everybody in a timely fashion, so to speak. And so if it's really urgent, I always tell people email me or respond to the posts, directly respond. And that sometimes people will really push the boundaries. They will really push and keep the conversation going to get as much free information out of you. And then when you direct them to your services, they sometimes will get angry, and they will say things like, oh, you're charging money for this, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm thinking like, well, yeah, but you go to the grocery store and you pay for your food that people worked for. Like, if you have, that's a good business technique for spiritual entrepreneurs. If you have valuable free content that is timeless, like in my case, I have a ton of podcasts on YouTube and Spotify that I recorded a few years ago. I have my free video course. It's a very basic intuitive development course. So that is something that I have that is just permanently on my website. It is free. And that is something that is free for everybody. So you can always offer people something like that. And so what I would also say is really schedule time to recharge for yourself. this is really necessary if you are a spiritual entrepreneur, because if you're going to be telling people that they need to be grounding, that they need to be taking care of themselves, that they need to be connected, and you are not doing that yourself, then the energy behind your offerings is going to shift from being in alignment to being out of alignment. And that is something that I've noticed here and there, because it's a constant, you have to constantly be mindful of how you are showing up. So yeah, let me see, what else do I have here? Again, yeah, just be authentic, be yourself. Don't be afraid that you're not perfect enough for the people out there. So don't think any of that, because people, and I was like that when I was looking for a mentor myself in 2017. Like, I was intimidated by the perfect coaches, the people that had these perfect feeds, these perfect, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, because that is nice to look at, of course. But if I read a bunch of posts about, oh, I'm living in Bali, my life is so beautiful, da 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 da, which is super good for these people, of course. That's amazing for them. But I'm not going to be attracted to work with that person, because I'm going to want to work on like some real trouble that I'm having, or an obstacle that I'm facing. And if I'm seeing that this person's life is just peachy, then I'm not going to think that they have the medicine to help me. And if I go and see a coach online that is sharing experiences, that is talking about struggles, like the post that I did yesterday, which was very very difficult to do for me, but I did it anyway, because you cannot be thinking about your image, or, oh, what are people going to think of me, and all that. Because the thing is, the more real you are, the more authentic you are, the more this light that you have inside of you is going to be shining out into the world, and the more that people will recognize you if they have a soul contract with you, to work with you. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, what worked for me. That is, I'm probably forgetting a bunch of stuff. I should really prepare this a little bit more. And let me know if you would be interested in perhaps doing a webinar, joining a webinar with me about spiritual business, which is just about what worked for me, what is working for me, what I'm noticing is working, what I'm noticing is not working. Just let me know. And yeah, I think the store is open now, so I'm gonna walk back, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye bye.